If you're gay, then you're gay. Don't pretend that you're straight. You could be who you are any day of the week.
Ooh, I don't care what anyone says, 'cause you and I are bigger than this, and I'll be there just keeping my arms wide open. Ooh, they can try to put us apart. I'll fight them, Lord, I'll cover your heart. Yeah, we can fight together, we can't be broken. Yo, we can find out just like that. We can fall hard just like that. Go through it all just like that. And I'm not again. When you call me, I will always find you. When you need me, I'll come for you. And when you're lonely, I will find a way to guide you home to me. I'll come for you. Come for you. I will find your love. Find your love to make me. I will find your love. Find your love to make me. Ooh, now I'm found, I'll never be lost. I'll stick with you no matter the cost. Whatever comes, we'll figure it out. I know that. Ooh, you and I like Adam and Eve. You lit the fire, glow in me. You changed my life, now there's no way to go back. You can find out just like that. You can fall hard just like that. You can do it all just like that. And I'm not again. When you call me, I will always find you. When you need me, I'll come for you. And when you're lonely, I will find a way to guide you home to me. I'll come for you. Come for you. I will find your love. Find your love to make me. I will find your love. Find your love to make me.
Okay, I don't want this video to go on any longer because I don't have much time on my camera. So, last chapter of The Nerd. Apparently we found out that Niall and Liam apparently are having a baby boy. They just found out the gender and now they're having a boy. So, I believe the name they picked was Mason, I think? I could be wrong. Alright, chapter 27. If you guys want to read along, you guys can click the link in the description box. That song is Bind Your Love by Cheryl Lloyd, and that's not the whole song, but yeah. Niall's point of view. A little boy. I was right. I couldn't believe it. I wiped the tears from my eyes, only to have more fill their place. Liam grabbed my hand, gave it a little squeeze, making me look up at him. You were right, baby. A boy. Little Mason, he whispered. I gave a breathy laugh and took off my glasses, rubbing my eyes before putting them back on. I told you, I pointed out. He chuckled quietly, the doctor wiping the gel off my stomach. My first grandbaby is a little boy, Karen said excitedly from where she was seated. I smiled, pulling my shirt down over my bum. And sat up. The doctor handed us a picture of our baby, making me smile wider down at it, placing it in my pocket. Thank you, doctor. See you in a month or so, Liam called, wrapping his arm around my waist. You're welcome. And sounds good, she called as we walked out of the car. We dropped Liam's mom off and then we headed back to our flat. Little Mason Joshua he's already such a good baby, I cooed, rubbing small circles on my stomach as we pulled into the flat. Well, he hasn't really done much yet, Nye. Just wait till he starts kicking and you become a personal punching bag. His personal punching bag, he joked. As I smiled and shrugged as we got out and we closed our doors and Liam was right by my side again. I honestly won't mind when he does. Every time he does. I'll be the happiest person ever, I explained as we got inside. He walked into the living room and sat Mason on the couch. Liam laid down with his head on my lap as I played with his hair. Hello, baby boy, he cooed as he turned his head to nuzzle his nose in my stomach. I smiled and placed a hand on top of it. Can you move for daddy? He asked. I felt a small movement in my lower abdomen and I chuckled. Feel that? I asked and he shook his head no. I don't think that was enough movement for me to feel, he said quietly, still nuzzling my face into my stomach and preparing kisses on it. I think he can hear now, but only muffled sounds. He can't hear clearly yet. I explained and looked up at me questioningly. How do you know that? I don't remember the doctor saying anything about that, I asked as I blushed. Well, I did my research and I also am a straight A student, Lee. I know these things. I'm good at biology, I mumbled whole, he smiled. You're so cute when you talk all smart, he chuckled, placing one last kiss on my stomach before sitting up beside me, wrapping his arms around me. What else do you know about babies? He asked. I blushed more and looked at my hands. They'll be able to identify their parents' voices by the time they're born. Mason will start kicking and moving around 5-6 months in my tummy. Sometimes they like it when you sing to them, but not quite sure about that. They will need to be fed every 3 to 4 hours from a bottle until they reach around 8 to 9 months. They can start eating applesauce and soft foods like that. They don't know how else to get your attention, so they cry whenever they need something or they just want to be held. They will start talking around at maybe 9 months, and they will start standing around 11. They won't actually begin to walk until they are about a year old, but they will start crawling at about 9 months. They will put anything in their mouth, so we have to be careful. They can't sleep with a blanket until they are about 6 or 7 months old, because it can get in their face and we don't want that. Ever. He will like to be held close. It makes him feel safe and secure. He will want us all the time. I don't mind that, because all I want him to be in my watch 24/7, I explained softly. All the while looking loving down at my stomach. I placed a protective hand over it as a happy tear rolled down my cheek. I wiped it away as Liam cut my chin to make me look at him. You know, it amazes me how much you know and care for our baby. He's going to be the most spoiled little guy ever. I love you both so much. I don't want anything to ever happen to you two. I want to protect you from anything and everything. I just don't want you guys getting hurt. He sighed. I gave him a small smile through my tears, and he grabbed my face with his hands, pressing my lips against his. We kissed each other hungrily, and that's when I realized how much I miss him. Liam, please, I whimpered, but I thought you weren't comfortable with it because of the baby, and... Fuck what I said. I just want you. I began straddling his hips, grabbing his shirt collar, pulling him back to my lips. Well then, let's go upstairs. Yeah, he asked between kisses, picking me up and bringing us to our room. Liam's point of view. When we got to come home yesterday, I was upset that we couldn't bring Lil Anne home. But we're back with Niall and Harry. I mean, Louie and Harry. We got to come home yesterday. I was upset that we couldn't bring Lil Anne home because I understand she needs to be the perfect weight before she could, so we're going to visit her this afternoon, and I am excited about that. I was now in the nursery feeding Lucy as Britton slept peacefully. I was humming quietly to her, bouncing her gently as she looked up at me, her beautiful green eyes she got from Harry. Hello, beautiful Lacey, Mary Styles, I cooed at her. She continued to suck the bell as I talked to her. I felt 2 strong arms wrap around me. Then I looked over as Harry rested his head on my shoulder and smiled at me. Is Britton all set so we can go see Lil Anne? He asked. He calls her Annie now, and I think it's so adorable. Yep, just put him down in the crib. He's out like a light. Can you put him in the car seat? I asked as Lacey finished her bottle. I put the burp rag on my shoulder, lifted her up and patting her shoulder. On my shoulder and patting her back gently. Sure, baby. I nodded, kissing my cheek and kissing Lacey's little head. When she burped, she spit up a bit, so I wiped her face and then put her in her car seat. I stood up in front of the car seats and smiled down at the 2 of my 3 beautiful babies. They're so tiny, Harry cooed, wrapping his arms around my middle and pulling me into him. I smiled and put my head under his chin and rested his head on mine. And so adorable. I just wish Lil Anne could be here instead of at the hospital, I sighed. I felt as he kissed the top of my head. I sighed as well. I know, baby, but we get to take her home soon. They were born on Wednesday, and it's Saturday. They said the latest they would keep her is a week. It's been 4 days. She'll be home soon, he explained. I nodded and pulling back to look up at him. He smirked down at me, and I kissed his nose before kissing my lips sweetly. Let's go, yeah? I asked, resting my forehead on his. Okay, you grab one baby, I'll grab the other, he said, and I nodded, and we pulled away from each other. I ended up with Britton, who woke up whining as we put him in the back seat. No, baby, it's okay, Britton, Matthew. Papa's here. Shh. I cooed at him, kissing his beanie-covered head. He looked up at me with bright green eyes. And I smiled, nudging my nose up against his, making him sneeze. I giggled before buckling him and hopping in the front with Harry. I would like to sit in the back with the babies, but there's only 3 seats there. And, well, 3 babies, which means 3 car seats. Let's go see our other little girl, Harry smiled, intertwining our fingers as he drove down the road to the hospital. Once we got there, we got the babies and walked in. We're here for Anne Styles, I asked the lady at the desk. She smiled and nodded, but then her smile fell. I'm sorry, boys, but Anne died this morning, she said. I swear my whole life came crashing down. Authors know. I thought I needed a cliffhanger in this. I just wanted to be a bit mean to someone. I blame Styles licensing. Gosh, that's not good. Oh well. Well, we're gonna have to find out later. And until next time, gays okay? Just ask the GSA. Mwah.